let's go ahead and start with our first horror game of the day. This one is called The Beef Is Not Safe. In this short psychological horror game, you must sacrifice cows in a meat grinder to produce enough food and stay alive. Each day you discover more clues about your situation. Avoiding starvation comes at a greater cost than you could ever imagine. The beef is not safe. Okay, this is our little house. We have a CRT television. And we have a game. We have a Game Boy? Let's go. What are we having for breakfast? The most important meal of the day. Serving it up Gary's way. Do I have a flashlight? Oh, God. F is full screen, not flashlight. Okay, good to know. Choose the cow and take them into the elevator. I just eat the steak with my bare hands. No fork, knife, nothing. Okay. What cow? The cow outside? It's a cow farm. There's gonna be cows outside. Good God, our farm's in Silent Hill. Very foggy farm. Oh my God, they're named Sarah, Amanda, Martha, and Jacob. Who do we pick? What do I gotta slaughter one of them? I don't want to slaughter one. All right, multiple people said Jacob. We're gonna go with Jacob. All right, Jacob. Jacob happily follows you. Oh, no. This is not gonna be good. Jacob, no. The walking animation for these cows is incredible. What on earth? Do I have to sacrifice Jacob? Take them into an elevator. I don't even know what that means. Jacob. Oh. McDonald's simulator, don't say that. Jacob is ready to go into an elevator. Okay. Yeah, dude. This is gonna make me sad. Oh, no. And now I gotta go find out what he's doing. Where's the lights? Lights, camera, action. Release the cow in the basement. Okay, bucket. Here we go. Oh no, Jacob, no. Jacob, no. What's gonna happen to you? Oh. Drop the cow? Okay. How do I drop him? Oh. Oh. Start the meat grinder? Oh, God. Did that do it? Oh. Empty the bucket. What do I do? Fill up all the buckets with what? With Jacob juice? Oh no. We turned him into paste. Ugh. This is the Krabby Patty secret formula. What is... It's his tag! No! He was #1! No. Guys, I don't like this at all. Feed the remaining cows. Am I feeding the cows, Jacob? No, I'm not. I'm not supposed to feed the cows to... or feed Jacob to the other cows, am I? Eh? This is disgusting. Look at how voraciously that cow is eating Jacob. Aren't cows supposed to eat grass and foliage? This game is disgusting. Alright, I'm gonna fill the fridge with Jacob. Here you go. Go to sleep. Yeah, what a day. Where's my bed? Just Sleep on the sofa? Okay, wonderful. Do we not have a bed? Or do we just like sleeping on the couch? Eat breakfast, another steak. Take it a meat, cook it a meat. And then I'm eating Jacob. Make more food. I don't need the broom yet. Like, grab a cow from outside and make more food? Oh my god. This is not gonna be good. Where are the veggies? No veggies on this farm. It's only beef, 100% beef, and nothing but beef. Okay, Sarah, you're coming with me. Sarah trusts you. No, Sarah, you're not supposed to trust me. I'm sorry. Every time I see the cows moving like that, it makes me sad. Alright. Sarah, go into the elevator of fun and joy. I don't like this. I don't like this. Oh god. Sarah, take your time, please. You are not... Oh. Is that the sound of her legs breaking? We're turning Sarah into McDonald's burger patties. And I'm not happy about it. And there's her cow tag, number 2. So there's gonna be one cow that's eaten everybody, essentially. Soup's on. I hope there's a plot twist. Because this is disgusting. Feeding the cow paste to the other cows. Anyone else thinking brother may have some oats when they're eating? Those aren't oats, let me tell you. Also, guys, thank you so much for liking the stream. It helps. It's weird that when you put it in the fridge, it becomes steak. Yeah, I don't really know how that works. Wake up. We got another meal to make. Eat breakfast again. Also, a diet of only steaks in the morning cannot be good. There's just no way. Alright, Amanda. Come on. Okay, Amanda, this is the super fun zone. Where we have a bunch of fun. And there's games to play. And we have all sorts of adventures we're gonna go on. And then... This game is making me extremely uncomfortable, and I don't like it. Alright. Fill it up with the meat. Get your tag. Then we're gonna feed the last cow. Okay, so our last remaining cow is Martha. Martha, Martha. Here you go. Why is it 9 suddenly? I don't know. That's a good point. That's a great question. I'm not sure. Okay, let's put food in the fridge. Is there anything else we can do in this house? I can flush the toilet. I can turn on the tap. I can turn on the light. I could have turned on the light this whole time. Alright, let's go to sleep. I don't know, so what's gonna happen here? What do you guys think? So there's one more cow left. And here we have 3 tags. We're gonna start by... What? This isn't a steak. What is this? It looks like a rock. What is this? I swear to God we put steak in there last night. Okay, yeah, it's still a cow. Yeah, just Martha. Martha is happy she is next. Well, don't get too happy. You're not gonna like where we're going, Martha. I'm sorry. Sorry to say. Okay, Martha, go ahead and, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Right this way. Yes, yes, yes. Please just trot yourself right on down, and we're going to, go ahead and show you to your prize room. Right. So the prize will be made visible very shortly. Don't let the hum of the engine distract you. In fact, it's actually quite quiet if you really listen. And there we go. Number 4. So, it seems like they should have read 1, 2, 3, 4. But one of them was 9 for some reason. 1, 2, 9, 4. Maybe it's a code? Could be. I just don't know what it would be a code for. What is this? Oh, is this like maybe for the chickens or something? I have a bucket with food, I don't know. Alright, I guess I'll just go to sleep, see what happens. What are we gonna fix for food tomorrow? I have no idea. We got the 4th tag. 1, 2, 9, 4. I can't go to sleep. Can't press that. Can I go back in here? Maybe there's something I missed down here. Wait. Shouldn't there only be 1 bucket left? Have I discovered a glitch again? I think I may have discovered a glitch again. Yeah, okay. I have soft locked the game. Okay, we have to restart.
20 minutes later.
Okay. Okay. So we're grabbing a bucket. We're putting it here. We're turning it on. We're grabbing this. And then nothing happens. Am I missing something here, gamers? Or am I just a little silly? Oh, there's a safe in the dresser. 714. The game didn't soft lock. I just replayed that whole thing for no reason. Okay. 714 8. What is this? We just ate our family. And then we fed their remains to our other family members. Not the only horror game we're playing today, gamers. We also have another one called Exorcist Candy. This is another one of the Twisted Zone candy games, if I am not mistaken. Yeah, it's in the same series as Wet Candy, which we played earlier. I can do this. Watch. Ready? Here. Then I can also, like, move one eye and then move the other eye. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool talent. Exorcist Candy. Your daughter is possessed by an evil entity. Be a dad and exorcise her. Oh my god. Wish me luck with this one. Runtime 15 minutes. In big gaming time, that's like 45 minutes. Midnight. That scared the hell out of me. I hope that didn't wake Rosia. What was it, just lightning? Oh god. Check on Rosia. Do I have a flashlight? No, I don't. She's so small, she only need 1 popcorn. Is it Bill Clinton? Why is Bill Clinton on this book? Rosia, what's wrong? Rosia, are you okay? No, Dad. There was someone in my room. He looked really scary. Where is he now? I don't know. Room's checked. 0 out of 5. Alright, so I just need to go through and check all the rooms while my room's safe. I can't see. Bathroom safe. Closet is safe. Although this isn't counting as a room, but okay. Kitchen is safe. Living room is safe. And then what's the other room? Oh, there's a basement. Okay. All right. Everything's safe. Don't need to stress at all, Rosia. Head on back to bed. It's all good. I don't see anyone. All the doors are locked. Maybe it was just a bad dream. No, it wasn't. I saw him with my own eyes. Rosia, how about I read you a story? Then you promise you'll go back to sleep, okay? I have work early tomorrow morning. Okay. So we're reading her the Bill Clinton book? Why? Hover over each word to read in order. I don't even know what this is saying. I've never played a game with a reading mechanic like this. Yes, yes, what a great riveting tale. We're all on board so much. Everyone's listening with intent. What do you guys think of the story, huh? It's really good stuff. I bet you guys are listening with bated breath as I read this story. I'm gonna start just doing this. And she's asleep. It worked. Okay, bedtime for Bonzo. Rosia, there's no one here. Just go back to sleep, you silly Billy. There's no one that's gonna hurt you, harm you, touch a hair on your little head. Rosia. He came back. He tried to take me. All right, I'll read you one more story, then it's time to go to sleep. I'm telling the truth, Dad. Look, this is him. Who? Rosie, I'm tired. I'm going to go back to my room. No, don't leave me here. He'll take me. Yeah, Rosie. You're making this up, okay? I'm gonna check around. Nothing here, nothing there. Rosia? Oh. This is very bad. Oh, there's something. There she is. Oh, God. Carry Rosia back to her bed. How did she get in the basement? This is a very different, vibe than the last candy game we played. Dad? Rosia? Are you okay? Could you read me a story? Yes, of course. In the Bill Clinton book. So is this going to put you to sleep, or what are we doing? Is this a good enough story for you? So good, you're going to fall right asleep. Oh, very good. Very good. What are you? I'm your daughter. Exercise Rosie with the cross. Where is it? Where's the cross? Ooh, looking like a freaky Funko Pop. Okay. Rosia, I don't want to have to do this. Rosia, open the door. Why would you do that? You know that thing will hurt me. I'm helping you, Rosia. Please open the door. How do I get the door open? Exercise Rosia with the Bible? Where's the Bible? Maybe in the living room there's a, like a bookshelf or something? Here we go. Okay, Rosia, I'm coming in. I brought another story for you, Rosia. Want to hear it? Prepare to be exorcised. Did we just pick a random story from the Bible and we're reading it? What if it's the story about Jonah and the whale? Is that going to exorcise a demon getting stuck in the whale? Huh? Not sure. Okay, now what? Grab the cross. 1, sign of the cross. 3, 4. Sign of the cross. May the power of Christ compel you. May the power of Genshin Impact compel you. Leave my daughter alone. Release her body. Satan, Beelzebub, Captain Crunch, who's ever possessing you. Yes. Come on, even faster, double time. Get out of my daughter. Hello? Oh. 2 a.m. And we are in the hall. Rosia.
You hurt me.
No.
You made me sad.
No. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you.
You hurt me.
You said that already. I know, and I'm sorry. How about I get you some candy to make it up for you? Oh. You want some candy? Okay. Mix candy with holy water. To create holy water, use the cross in the Bible to bless the water. Oh, here we go. You need to prepare holy water in the bathtub first. Ugh. So we submerge the cross in the holy water. Yes, yes. And they all live happily ever after. Find the candy and mix it with the holy water. Okay, the candy is sticking out of the fridge for some reason. And now this is magical holy candy. So we just need to give it to Rosia. Here you go. Oh. Oh, oh! Get out of my daughter. What's happening? Did it work? She's back. My Rosia. No. No, no, no. Oh, she's dead. Please. Don't die on me, Rosia. Oh, God. Oh, God. Is this it? Please. No! That can't be the end. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Wrap Rosia's body in the blanket? Bury Rosia in the basement? Really? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I thought we were gonna be able to save her. This is really sad. I didn't expect us to have to bury her. Oh. Storm's still going. Wait. How did we dig that? Okay, you know what? I'm not even going to question it. I love you, Rosie. I'm sorry. Rosia? You're alive. Jump in. "3 a.m. Is that where all the mobile gamers go? You tell me. Oh God, I'm controlling the game again. The hole is covered up with a trap door? I can barely see anything here, guys. Rosia? My Rosia! Oh. My sweet little daughter. I thought I had lost you. Where's that ugly thing? I'll kick its butt if I see it one more time. Punch it. Was it a vine boom? Don't hurt him. He's nice. He gave me candy. What are you talking about? He took you from me. No, it was a misunderstanding. He has a daughter too. She looks just like me. Have you seen her? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Okay, that was awesome. That was that was hilarious. I was not expecting that kind of a twist. Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail, and then I want to read the mail. Let's go ahead and open some mail. The first one is from Rough Rider, and this is one, oh my god. Are you kidding me? Classic Ghost Stories Podcast, Volume 1. Are these a bunch of ghost stories in one book? Oh, this is so cool. Look at this. We might have to read some of these. Okay, it says, do not read the name out loud. Okay. Dear BigGaming, you've been such an inspiration in my life. I love your buddy times and your gameplays. You even encouraged me to start playing horror games myself. I love how most of the games you play have some hidden meaning about life. It makes me feel included because even at 13, I struggle with being happy. Your videos have cheered me up through my times of struggle. Your handwriting is very good. Thank you, BigGaming64. In honor of your help to me, I have drawn you on the back of this paper. And there I am. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it there. Thank you. Thank you so much. Not going to say your name out loud, of course, but this is extremely kind. Do you guys want to read one of the scary stories from Once in a Haunted House? This one's called The Willow Woman. The Willow Woman pub was on the edge of the North Yorkshire moors. It sat at the scrub end of Lentwith, a village of maybe 80 inhabitants, most of whom had lived there all their lives. Many of those sitting in the bar that night were over 60, and those not with their spouse were with the fellow farm workers they drank with nearly every night. It was a traditional sort of place where you still smoked if you wanted, and you rolled your own tobacco at that. Nobody would be seen dead with one of those new pen things that let out clouds of steam and smelled like spoiled fruit. They probably would be seen dead one of these days with a roll-up hanging out of their slack lips, but that was another story. The sign in the front of the pub was the picture of a vaguely female figure, roughly woven out of willow sticks. In all the years Reg Blenkinsup had run the place, I'll just call him Reg, nobody ever asked him where the name or even the idea behind it had come from. It was assumed that he probably knew, but nobody bothered to ask. The pub had been there in their grandparents' day, and probably their grandparents before them. You just got used to things in a place like this, and you didn't always need to know the ins and outs of them. The general buzz of chatter hushed as a stranger reeled through the wide double doors. His entrance had brought with it a brief taste of the night air, and those close enough to feel it pulled their clothes tighter around their bodies and complained about the chill. Please, a brandy, whiskey, anything. Doesn't matter. Quick, please, I'm so cold. Frowning, Reg took in sight of the kid's tight, pale features as he turned slowly to reach for a glass to fill with something warming. He was clearly over 18, the lad, but it was difficult to tell by how much. Reg decided to let it slide. He had caught Bill Percy's eye before he turned toward the optics, and the off-duty police sergeant had nodded his approval. There was something of Reg's curiosity in the other man's eyes as well. The kid's had stubble on his cheeks. That would have to do for an age check. That is not good enough for an age check, by the way. The murmurs of conversation around the bar stayed low and muted. Everyone loves a mystery, didn't they? Besides, it wasn't every day that a complete stranger fell into the place looking like he had been pulled backwards through a mangle. On the house, lad, Reg said as he leaned his elbows on the bar in a pleasant and approachable manner as he possessed. Looks as if you need it. What's happened to you? The drink burned a path down his throat as the young man considered an answer. He was clearly unused to the kick of a neat spirit, but he forced it down. You'd never believe it. I don't even know if I can believe it myself. Please, can I have another? I feel like I'll never get warm again. Reg saw Bill Percy edge closer to the lad's side, and he nodded. I'll put a pot of coffee on for you. I'll put the next shot in it. It'll keep the chill out better. What's your name? The white-bearded policeman said, holding on to a meaty paw for the slender lad to shake. I'm Bill, not seeing you around the village. I'm Mike, Michael Thompson. I just moved here. Today, I'm moving in today. Reg went into the back, leaving them both to their introductions. He made the coffee with care, giving Bill the time to get a handle on what was happening. He made it strong and black and laced it with the good brandy from his own personal supply. He had heard that the cottage up the moor had been bought by a young couple who were just married, or about to be married, or some such. He closed his eyes and hoped it wasn't the same as last time, and the time before that. He came back into the bar as Mike sank down gratefully onto a stool that someone had dragged across for him. Reg smiled. They were a taciturn lot out here, but they were generally good-hearted, and this boy looked in need of a good heart at this moment. He looked like his own had just about given up the ghost. Here, he said, sliding the steaming aromatic mug across the bar. Try this. It should drive out the cold a little. Mike sipped at the coffee and hunched himself deeper into his clothes. He nodded gratefully and murmured thank you, but that seemed to be all he could manage. Mike here was just telling me that he and his girlfriend Lisa have just bought Old Moor Cottage across the way there, Bill said, making patterns in a puddle of bitter on the bar with the edge of the beer mat. Reg chided himself at the mess, but he left it. Damn it, he had been right then. They were just starting out. Old Moor Cottage was no place for a young couple. No place at all. The air had grown still in the little pub. Soon there were only the crackling sound of the logs on the fire, the occasional spitting hiss as one popped and rolled about in the grate. Damn, things were damp enough this year. Crops had been poor and the weather had been appalling. If they had lived 150 years ago, they would have been muttering about curses and offerings to the land, but in these modern times, nobody was superstitious like that any longer. Still, it did make you wonder. Moor Cottage had been empty for some time over a year now, and what a year it had been. The weather had been unseasonable at every turn of the calendar. Too wet, then not warm enough to dry out the damp. Too cold, but not icy enough to kill off the bugs, both viral and insect. It had been so damaging, this streak of terrible luck. A lot of the farms struggled with much more than they usually did. Stocks were low for the bad winter they seemed to be facing. Meg, the old pub dog, let out a long, drawn-out groan as she stretched out on the rug in front of the fire guard. Luckily, he had thought to put that up tonight, Reg thought, or she'd have sparks setting alight in her matted old coat. She always did lie too close to the flames, silly old mongrel. A big ear flopped over her face, and her wary eyes had closed once more. Reg gave the boy another moment with his coffee and brandy, and then he began to ask, So you live by the edge of Lentwith Moor, then? Sorry, yes, well, I don't really live there yet. I came up ahead of my girlfriend and started to move in today, but now I'm not sure. I mean, we might have made a mistake. Not married yet, then? The question was measured carefully. Mike's eyes flickered a little in surprise, and his thick, dark hair fell forward as he lowered his head once more to the mug. Well, it's a bit tricky. We were to be. Lisa was meant to be joining me in a few weeks' time. We were going to get married at the parish church in the village. We had the bonds read and everything. A beautiful place, Bill said, when Mike seemed to be stumbling for his words. I was married there myself, so was Reg, weren't you? I was. Best day of my life it was. Hushed conversation began to resume around the room now. There was still curiosity on people's faces as they glanced over to the bar occasionally, but they were moving on with their own business once more. The leather of the thick benches and dark red chairs creaked as the atmosphere settled down again. A few of the faster drinkers had come over for refills, keeping Reg busy for a few moments. Bill leaned against the edge of the bar, and he watched his old friend serve. When the drinks were poured and paid for, he tilted his head slightly to turn Reg's attention to the lad's jacket cuffs. Where his wrists met the jacket's edge, there were 4 clean scratches on the skin that disappeared under the material. Where his head was bowed, more livid lines colored his neck. The 2 older men shared a knowing look. It had already begun. No point in trying to interfere now. It wasn't the last that had called off the wedding now. Poor kid probably didn't have a clue what she would be facing in the next few weeks. Bill wished he could warn her, but he knew he would sound like a madman. Well, I'll be off home to my bed, folks, the old policeman said, pulling himself to his feet with effort. He nodded once at Reg as he left, and he tried to avoid the pairs of inquiring eyes that turned to him as he pulled his coat off the stand near the door. Night all. With shuffling steps, he let himself out into the harsh jostle of the night wind. The cold fragrance of the moor bit into his warm atmosphere again, and the door banged shut as if slammed. Inside, Mike started and looked up with frightened eyes to the barsman. It's all right, boy. You're amongst friends. As the warmth of the drinks began to find its way toward his stomach, Mike raised a hand to slowly massage his aching temple. Feels like my head is exploding. I can't believe it's all happened so quickly. I love Lisa, I do, but this woman I just met today, she is bewitching. I feel like I'm sick or something, like I've got a fever, a cold sweat just thinking about her. I've only met her this morning. Reg watched for a moment longer, then making a sudden decision, he leaned confidently closer. Need a room for the night, lad? On the house. No need to worry about getting back home across the moors then. It can be treacherous at night on those paths. Give yourself a chance to take a breath. Have a think about your life, your future. What do you say? I have to go back. I need to go back to her, to tell her about Lisa. I mean, I have to be honest, don't I? I can't pretend like I don't have a life, can I? I think you should sleep on it, Michael. The use of his full name seemed to startle Mike out of his muttering. He looked straight up at Reg with a clear gaze. It was as if a parent had spoken to him or a teacher. The offer's there, Reg insisted. Many a man more familiar with the paths than you has lost his way trudging home across the moors at night. Mike shook his head, a strange light entering his eyes. I won't get lost. She won't let me. Reg dropped his gaze, appalled by the certainty in the young man's eyes. Could it even be avoided at this stage? Wouldn't it be better for the village just to stay silent and go along with it? He gave one last half-hearted attempt. Stay, boy, for your own sake. Mike swallowed the last of his cooling coffee and shook his head. I can't, but if I could, I would be grateful for your offer. He rose to leave, a smile on his face that looked strangely like a child's being brave on their first day of school, or a soldier about to climb on the troop lorry that would take him to the first active posting. Thanks anyway. The pub was silent for a moment after he left, the chill once more filling them with all the dread of leaving for their own long walks home. Then Ned Ward, an old shepherd with a long, knobbly stick in his hand, ready to help him to his feet, spoke up for them all. How many does that make over the years, Reg? The landlord sighed and refused to speculate. About as many as we've had decent harvests, and a few less than we've really needed. Come on now, lads, last orders has come and gone. Away home to your beds, and try not to watch him wending his way home as you go. If you don't see her, you'll never be tempted to go over there and visit her yourself. They all agreed and went out of the pub with their heads down, scarves covering as much of their faces as their hats left bare, until they had shuffled out of sight of the moor. Then, as he stood at the pub door, preparing himself to push home the massive bolts to lock himself inside, Reg himself caught sight of the light that blazed across the darkness from Moore's cottage. The open front doorway was a slash of brightness that called Mike Thompson home, and in that doorway there was an outline of what was unmistakably a woman, her long ropes of hair stirring against her, the rough outlines of her shoulder. Reg fought the wind to close the huge doors. Winter would soon be over now, thank goodness, and in its wake a better spring would soon follow. Moore Cottage would be up for sale once more, but who knew if there would be any interest in it next year or the year after. There were farmers, the people of Lentwith Moor. They were people of the soil and the sky. They were used to hard times, and they got by. They always got by. But by God, they would celebrate when times were filled with bounteous harvests and plenty of fat, healthy livestock. Good night, Michael Thompson, and thank you. I'll pray for your lass when I get down on my old knees beside my bed tonight. He looked over at the dog, and he raised his voice to get her attention. Come on now, old girl. Out of the way while I tamp down the fire. It's time for bed. I'll clear the bar tomorrow. I've no taste for being down here any longer tonight. Very cool, bewitching story. Very creepy, too. About a place that has a woman that makes you fall madly in love with her, basically, and she's like a spooky spirit. Here's Jum.